Good morning, Britain. Budget day boost. Free childcare to be offered for 1- and 2-year-olds in England. The Chancellor is expected to announce a package costing £4 billion intended to help parents return to work.
Yeah, that is the big surprise he was hoping to keep secret until this afternoon. But we can also expect good news on energy bills and fuel duty, although not on alcohol, as Jeremy Hunt presents what he says will be a budget for growth.
Many hundreds of thousands of workers are striking today. Industrial action by teachers, junior doctors, tube drivers and civil servants will all hit public services across the country.
20 brands of cold and flu remedies are being pulled from chemists' shelves. We'll ask, how great is the risk of taking cough medicine containing full codeine?
And it may have finished 10 years ago, but somewhere in the world, every day, you can watch Agatha Christie's Poirot right now. David Suchet will be here to reveal his favourite episode.
It would dispossess my mind of the fear of something else.
Of what?
Of murder, my friend.
The moon is up here this morning at Cheltenham, which means it is a cold and frosty start to the day. Turning wet and windy, not welcome news for racegoers. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Wednesday, 15th of March, 2023. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Susanna Reid and Ed Balls.
Very good morning to you. It is 6:02. Wonderful pictures from yesterday when rock royalty met royalty. This is where Queen legend Brian May was knighted by King Charles for services to music and charity.
I love the captions in the newspapers today. King knights Queen.
Absolutely. Congratulations. 75 years old. Of course, he's an advocate for animal welfare, particularly has a campaign on badgers.
I remember the badgers campaign.
And performed...
He's talked to me at length about them.
Has he? Well, privately?
Yep, and he knows a lot about them.
He certainly does know a lot about them.
At length. But can he play the guitar?
Yeah, I think the answer to that, Ed, is yes.
No, I think, can he play the guitar?
Can he play the
there is
guitar?
something, it's such an interesting thing, isn't it, with Queen? When you hear a Queen guitar chord, you know it's Queen. Like, it sounds out so... It's so distinctive. And he is a genius, I think.
And he played on the roof of Buckingham Palace, of course, for the Golden Jubilee.
For the Golden Jubilee.
So very huge congratulations.
No badges up there.
To Sir Brian May.
Sir Brian May. Arise, Sir Brian.
Yes. And today is obviously a big day for anybody, really. It's the budget, isn't it? Chancellors are going to announce...
Every day is a big day for somebody.
You're absolutely right. So lots of announcements. Rabbits in the Hat is what we're looking at, isn't it? Which is the sort of big popular appeal item. Perhaps it might be this incredible, eye-watering figure of £4 billion on childcare. Now,
I would be surprised, by the way, if it's really £4 billion.
I was going to ask, Ed, because exactly how many, when you count up how many budgets you have been involved in, either on the opposition benches or over on the government benches, advising Gordon Brown, you know, as an economics expert, what does the total come to?
I've never added them up. Between 97, when we came to government, and 2004, when I was the advisor in the Treasury, I think I did 8 budgets, 8 pre-budget reports, another 4 spending reviews. Then I was a minister in the cabinet for another 6. Then I was Shadow Chancellor for 4 or 5.
Right.
So
you know days like this.
I know days like this.
Inside out and
from
upside
pretty
down.
Much every perspective.
So you can decode things like £4 billion being spent on childcare.
We'll see. I would expect what they've done there is they've rolled the figures up so that it's actually going to be money per year and they're accumulating it across the period. So it's not quite as big as it sounds, but it's still, I think, really significant announcement. When we started this journey, there was very little free entitlement, and it's now gone for 3- and 4-year-olds, and now we're talking about general free entitlement for most people for 1- and 2-year-olds, and it's helping people get back into work. Actually, it's not just about that. That's important.
Yeah.
It's also about starting children to learn and play together at a very young age, because we know that what happens in the earliest years has a massive impact upon children's learning and life chances. And so getting kids into some nursery education and some playing with others when they're 1 and 2, there are huge dividends to to the economy and society from that.
Yeah. So that might relieve the pressure on hard-working
But is it his
families.
rabbit?
We don't know.
No.
Well,
I think it might be, but then, of course, it might not be.
Louisa James is at Downing Street for us this morning. Louisa, the move is aimed at making it cheaper and easier for parents to work. Jeremy Hunt also expected to confirm government support for energy bills will continue for another 3 months. We kind of knew that, but it's worth repeating. This is really important support.
Definitely.
However, on the other side of the argument, Tory MPs want tax cuts, and it doesn't look like he's going to deliver those.
No.